Hey guys, we're back with some more Madden. Gonna play the Buccaneers. Let's get this going. Alright, season game. We'll just stick with the Cardinals playbook for now. Last game, if I remember, it wasn't too pretty. We'll stick with the team's playbook. Alright. Megatron versus Primetime. Who would win? I would have to go with, I don't know. I'll probably go with Deion Sanders. Felix Jones, Antonio Brown, the Steelers. Really, I don't know if Felix Jones has been doing too much for the Steelers. Alright, let's get this going.
Raymond James. Hello friends, Jim Nance alongside Phil
Right,
Sims.
as always,
Phil,
kick
we
it.
prepared for this game by talking to the players and the coaches. What do you expect?
Jim, you know, just talking to the coaches, talking to both of them, how fired up they were. So if the coaches are that fired up, can you imagine how the players are going to be? Their emotions are going to be at sky-high level. That means we are going to have a hard-hitting game. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
He'll take a knee in the end zone.
And we are going to be aggressive.
A quarterback for the Houston Oilers. Here's the go. Here is
Maurice Jones-Drew, huh? MJD. Let's do it. Stop this little guy. Uh-oh, Andrew Luck.
Maurice Jones-Drew gets it here.
Number 32 with the carry. 3 yards.
Blitz some more.
Today will be leaned on to protect their quarterback as well as opening up some running lanes. It's now second down and 7 after the 3-yard rush.
Oh no! No!
Open receiver on the right. That picks up 7.
Uh-oh.
Nice job by the quarterback. Nobody open down the field. He throws it short. It does not get a first down, but it sure makes third down a lot easier.
Want you to blitz, Dobbins.
A reception on second down, but not enough for the first.
They freaking got it. The short run.
The defense doesn't want to give up runs like that, so how do
I couldn't believe the ratings this week. I'm proud of Andrew Luck. He's a 92 overall now.
Build over the top.
This might be a run.
New set of downs now after picking
up get him
on the ground. Back to the ground, fakes him out. They get to him just in time, 1 yard shy of the first down. That's a nice powerful statement as they establish the run at the beginning of this game.
Jim, you're right. I'm going to give the offense a little credit here, but
no, to the right.
Maybe the defense going to have to put some weight to that. They got to hang in there and make the tackle.
The tackle's going to be made, but he's being
Screw you!
The NFL is about situation.
Okay,
a good job by the runner, knowing where the first down was, gets it there, and he moves those chains.
Make my guys get to
first down here after the run.
I always go the wrong way.
Jones is called on once again. Into the open now as he
MJD, you suck, man.
Tampa Bay Bucks. Now you know why running backs get drafted high.
Of course, they got a good pair in Andrew Luck and Maurice Jones-Drew.
That's what you want. That's what the NFL is about. Making big plays, and when you get them in the running game, that's like double good.
All right.
Steps out of bounds.
We'll go with the run for now.
For his first series. Austin's going to get set in the slot for this snap. And Morris is going to secure the handoff.
There we go. There's my running back.
What a job that time by the offensive line. That hole was so big you could have drove a car through it. The running back hit it full speed, and that allowed him to get down the field.
Freaking, what was that? My fullback? I can tell. One of those guys ran right in the...
Here's the group that perhaps has the game's biggest assignment. The
okay, we're going to pass a little bit now.
After running it, it's second down. And he hauls it in. They bring him to the turf.
Not very good at all.
And here's a look at the defensive line that will try to control the trenches today. Austin's in the slot. Here we go. 3rd and 9. He's looking.
Oh, he dropped it! Oh, come on, man.
You're near midfield. It's 4th down. What do? I got the answer right here. You punt it. Play field position. Make the other offense drive the length of the field to score.
Yes. Very good punt.
Tough starting field position here. Wayne's a receiver in the slot.
Come on! No!
Here. That juke gets him some space. Nice piece of running by MJD.
When you see long runs like that by a running back, a lot of things have to happen. Of course, he has good vision and he has talent. But how about those blocks down the field, those blocks in the secondary? That's what creates long runs.
First down. Here's the handoff to Maurice Jones-Drew. Able to take the football out to the 28-yard line.
What a nice run by the
running back. Picks up
big yards, and he did everything that time. He picked the proper hole, gets through it, and shows that speed to get the long gain.
They're able to move the chains after that last run. Trying to get it outside before the defense is set. And
there you go.
That's good for
finally got the right direction.
A yard or two. Darrell Washington last year became the first Cardinal linebacker to go to the Pro Bowl since Seth Joyner all the way back in 1994.
You could make an argument that Darrell Washington was the best linebacker in the NFL last year. People don't know about him because he plays in Arizona and they don't win enough games. Good job by the receiver, running into that defense through the zone, finding the open space and making a nice catch.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Maurice Jones-Drew. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field. And as the first quarter comes to a close, we'll take a short break before the beginning of the second here in Tampa, Florida. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones-Drew's lined up behind as the single back. And they knock him down just a yard away from the first.
You know, when the linebackers, when they see that the offensive formation is shifted to one side, well, as a linebacker, you got to play to that strong side.
Come on, stop him!
Stop the run.
Gets it again here.
Oh, my God!
Well, when you get a couple first downs, it just gives you such great confidence. It makes everybody relax. And I always say this, when you're a relaxed athlete, that's when you play your best.
And Edwards is lined up now as a slot receiver.
Oh, my God.
And 10. And he'll try it.
Come on, man.
The Bucs are in for the score. Touchdown.
Brains are a big part of playing in the NFL. Good job by the running back, making the right decision, follows the blockers, and walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Cardinals are ready to return to kickoff.
Can't stop him at all.
And that's a return of about 23 before he's hit and stopped. The Cardinals ready to take over the football. Austin's lined up in the slot. Young's going to take the handoff now.
Well, what you try to do so many times in the NFL, do the unexpected. The defense is expecting pass all the way. Everybody's running to the quarterback. What do? You confuse them. You mix them up. You run the draw play. That's why it was an easy run. Good job by the receiver that time. Getting that extra couple yards, gets a first down. They are marching. Let's see how the defense reacts.
First and 10, and Morris is taking the handoff.
And this defense, they are tough. When you run that football, they got some men up front, and that time they stopped that run just for a short gain.
Austin's going to get set in the slot for this snap. Jeremy Macklin makes the grab.
Well, it's a nice
Let's see
completion
what I
by
want
the
to do
offense.
here.
And what it does, it just puts them in a more manageable situation so they can pick up that third down.
Third and 2. The give.
Oh, got it anyways. Wasn't that impressive of a run. I got it.
Even though the defense knows you're probably going to run the football, it's third and short. If you run hard, all you need is a little bit of a lane. We see it there, able to get the first down.
Now first and 10. Challenging the
Go, Victor Cruz! Yeah. There we go. Good catch and run.
Find a way to score. That's always the mantra with every team when they get in the red zone. If you punch it in here, even though you're down by more than 7, it'll give you confidence for the rest of the game.
No!
Toss to the outside, and he's brought down.
Freaking Lance Briggs, man.
This team likes to throw the football in the end zone once they get inside the red zone. This is a nice changeup. They fool them. Well, they thought they were going to fool them with the run, but it only gets a short gain.
The Buccaneers lined up in the nickel. Second and goal from the 7. To the right side and throwing. Jonathan Vilma with the tackle.
There wasn't much there that time, so good job by the quarterback just throwing the ball and then getting the catch and just getting a couple yards.
This will be the 8th play of this drive. Third and goal from the
No! Victor Cruz drops the ball now.
Can't hold on.
These receivers in the NFL, they are so good now. Anytime you see a drop pass, it's almost always the one reason. They took their eyes off the football before it got there.
Stephen Hauschka ready for the kickoff. He'll have to accept the touchback. The Buccaneers offense ready now to see what it can do. And Edwards is in the slot. From the gun.
You can't intercept that.
To the right. Oh, that could have been intercepted, but he couldn't hold on.
That's interesting. As you watch the receiver trying to make that catch, he knew the defender was close, so he didn't put all of his heart into it. The defender made a nice hit and knocks the football out to the ground.
Slips right through his fingertips.
Look the football in with the gloves
on.
receivers wear.
Stop Maurice Jones-Drew this time.
There's no excuse for dropping the football.
Come on! You come on, man!
2 tight ends. Stiff arm. Gains 11.
Well, the defensive coach is going to be upset after this play. After that long run, terrible angles, and really just a lack of hustle by the defense gives up the long run.
And Edwards is a receiver in the slot. Lux back in shotgun formation. Scanning the field. Great pass. Great catch. Great control.
Well, he had all day long to throw the football that time. That's why he had success throwing the football down the field. I'll tell you what, this defense, they need to start blitzing this quarterback.
Second and 8. Looks to his left. Incompletion there. Just not quite able to get the feet down.
When you see this cover 2 defense as a quarterback, you
stop
gotta know where to throw the football. That time he did not make a good decision. You got to throw it sometimes deep down the middle. The safeties are not there.
Come on.
They're outside.
There we go.
Did not take advantage of that
About
coverage
time.
that time.
He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down. Capanos out for the punt.
Okay, want a good punt return, hopefully.
Set up
Okay,
return.
so quick. I want to get that score. Just send him out.
First down coming up. Kaepernick's got it in the gun. He's scrambling now. Got a little crease in on the stop. The Cardinals
Now,
use another
I didn't really
timeout
see
here,
anybody.
and they have 1 left. And Morris is a receiver all the way out to the right.
What the heck? Why didn't he? That's what I hate about the computers. They don't stop.
The safety
They
has
keep
so
running.
much talent. He's got the speed. He's got smarts. Got in great position and just swatted that football away.
Austin's lined up now as a slot receiver, trying to work that left side. And it's Ryan Clark who comes up to make the stop. They're in the hurry-up mode.
Stick. Come on. Hurry up.
Now inside the red zone. They were very good at finishing off drives last week in this situation. The Cardinals
for a
elect to
couple
take
quick
a timeout
passes in
here
the end
before the
zone.
second down snap. Second down now. And almost picks off.
Well, these are the kind of throws in the NFL, Jim. You just take for granted that if it's open, you are going to hit it. But the quarterback makes a big mistake, leads the receiver too far to the inside, and it goes incomplete.
Yes.
Running away from the pressure. Reaches, touchdown. That'll close the gap.
Good job by the offensive coordinator calling those plays, lead to a touchdown. They're just slowly chipping away at this lead. Now can their defense come out and help them out?
The Buccaneers will get their hands on the football again, but their lead is not the same. Things are getting tight here. The score's 14.
All right, get the ball back too, which is good.
And as the second quarter comes to a close, we'll take a break for halftime before returning for the start of the second half here in Tampa, Florida, which is brought to you by Verizon. And that's a kick return of about 24 before being brought down. The Cardinals offense now coming out. Austin's lined up in the slot. Second half gets rolling now as he takes the
very
snap.
good run, was it?
You got to keep your offensive lineman aggressive, so you have to run the football every
Man, if I can get to the
That run,
outside,
even though it was a short game,
I might get good
served the
yardage
purpose.
out of this.
And Morris is lined up as the single back. Second down and 7. And Morris is handed the football.
Kind of caught that one a little bit.
And he's got the touchdown.
Nothing like watching a long run for a touchdown because it takes tremendous talent and speed to do it. When you watch the play, look at the speed of the running back. He makes people miss.
All right, time to try to stop MJD again.
Power to just run over him.
Well, technically, we didn't stop him last time.
And the tackle's made right around the 26-yard line.
Of course, they're going to continue running.
To take over now, and their offense heads onto the field. First down on the way.
There we go.
Maurice Jones-Drew gets it here. And it's Darrell Washington who makes the tackle.
Number 32 on the carry. No gain on the play.
All right, hope we get some good coverage.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Second.
Blown coverage.
The pass. Tackle down right around the 47.
I like this. Show some patience. Don't try to get it all in one play. Pick up first downs and try to go down the field and score.
Come on, stop him!
Sets them up
No!
here on this play. Handoff out of the I formation. Has some space to work with.
When you get down in the red zone, the offensive coordinator's got to call a play that deceives the defense. Let's see if he can do it. His team is down. He needs a big play here.
After the long gain, let's see what they do here. First and 10. Here's the handoff to Maurice Jones-Drew.
Number 32 with the carry.
I think you got to be a little more creative
running
in the red
with him.
zone than this. When you just line up and run the football like that, you're not going to get a lot of yards. And that time, they just got a short gain.
Andrew Luck under center.
Get him.
Down and
Yes.
Staying on the ground. Credit Darrell Washington with that tackle.
Not many middle linebackers do this anymore in the NFL. They usually are just runners, but not my man here. He can go up inside and stuff runs with the best of them.
3rd and 8. Throwing.
There we go.
Left. Gets his feet down right near the chalk.
I think the best thing to say about that play, it's just it gained a few yards, so that's what you do. All plays don't score. Sometimes you just want to pick up a couple yards.
All right. Tie game now.
And converts on the 3.
Never take it for granted. When you're trying a field goal, a lot of things can go wrong, but good execution that time by the offense and a good kick. 3 points.
There we go. Good return.
And he's going to give his team great starting field position on that return.
There is nothing like a good return when you talk about special teams. Good blocking, the speed of the returner gets down the field, and after that tackle, now they have good starting field position.
1st down and 10.
Get that out of here.
Trying to make something happen. And that pass is going out of bounds. Incomplete. Colin Kaepernick under center. Second.
Oh, you get out of here, man. Screw that.
Ball's picked off. He's brought down.
I hate that crap.
They're borderline good enough to be a running back, and they got the hands of defensive backs. Here's a good case. What a fine catch on the interception by the linebacker.
1st down here.
Ah!
Maurice
Yeah.
Jones-Drew. And the tackle is made at the 41.
That's where you need the big size on your defense. You need it inside. In other words, you need big defensive linemen that can cover the center and the guards to stop these runs right up the middle.
1st and 10. And they go back to the ground. Throws out the arm. And he is tackled down at the 38-yard line.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run. Nowhere for the running back to go. And they stopped him for a short gain.
After the 2-yard carry, it sets up 2nd down and 8.
Come on, man.
In shotgun formation. Right where it had to be.
You can't play zone coverage against this quarterback. He knows it's zone, and he's going to find the open throwing lane, and he gets it done.
1st down here after the completion. Tosses it to the running back. He's brought to a halt.
Now the offense is down here in the red zone or the green zone if you like to think of money, and it's a tie game. A lot of things you can do. They love to throw it in the end zone, but maybe they'll cross them up with a run. We'll find out.
It's a 2nd and 4. Jones-Drew's got it on the handoff.
Good job by the safety diagnosing the run, getting up outside and making the tackle for a short gain.
And as the 3rd quarter comes to a close, we'll take a short break before the beginning of the 4th here in Tampa, Florida. The Buccaneers need to get to the 11 to pick up a 1st down. Play number 6 coming up on this drive. Tight end in motion. He'll take first here in the 4th quarter. Secures it with 2 hands.
I think they're going to kick field goal. At least they've stopped them for the
Chip
field
shot
goal.
here.
Gain of 4 on the play.
And he drives it through for the field goal. Buccaneers ready to move things underway.
There you go.
Well, a lot of good things happened on both sides of football this time. How
See what
about
we
that
get here.
return by the return team? Good job, good blocking. Look at the speed of that guy running. They get the tackle from behind. They stop the touchdown.
Now 1st and 10. And Morris is going to secure the handoff.
An off-tackle run, it's a staple of all offenses in the NFL. And a general rule is you run off the right tackle, but this is the power tackle, where the left tackle is the pass blocker. How about the defensive line? Getting that penetration, getting off the football at the snap, and getting it done, getting in the backfield and making that tackle.
3rd and 6. And he's intercepted. Good piece of tackling. This satisfying defensive replay is brought to you by Snickers. Snickers satisfies. And Edwards is going to get set in the slot for this snap. 1st and 10. That brings the play to an end.
12. Here's the call on the way. Gain of 3.
An extra tight end on the field for this one. 2nd down and 7. Looking for an open receiver on the right. That's a gain of 7.
Good job by the offense picking up a 1st down there. They've been terrific all day long. They're winning the football game, and they are tiring this defense out.
The offense is set at the line for the 1st down after that completion. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
5-yard gain on the play.
Offense lines up here. 2nd and 5. Challenging the defenders to the right side. Has it right on the sideline, inbounds.
There has been good pass protection for the quarterback all day long. He has not been sacked much, and he throws it there and gets another completion.
Time
Come on.
on this
Oh, my
one,
God.
midway through the 4th.
Of course. What?
Has the 1st down. Now looking for more.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
About to take the snap inside the 20. Play number 6 coming up on this drive. So 1st and goal to go. Maurice Jones-Drew gets it here. Not giving up another inch.
Number 32.
And you can see how they fared in the red zone to this point, which is brought to you by Verizon. Leading and with possession of the football, a good place to be at this point of the game. Second and goal at the 2. He'll fire it out to the left. Someone's been injured out there. Hold on a minute.
I think you can just tell by the body language and the way he's
Come
acting.
on,
that is
man.
an upper body
Stop
injury.
him,
Hopefully
please.
Here, we'll let you know as soon as we find out.
I wonder what they're waiting for.
3rd and goal
yes.
from the 2. Passes.
Now at least I have a chance to try to win the game.
The hit
Yeah.
jars the ball out.
Just hopefully none of those nonsense interceptions happen. Where the linebacker just... They are pretty much wide receivers on defense. They catch anything.
Puts it through for 3.
Yeah, that was a good job that time.
Freaking if Dante Hightower caught like he did, then that would be great for New England's defense. Because I follow New England since they're my favorite team, and he doesn't do that.
Was well covered, and it's a run back of only about 18. The Cardinals in quite a battle here in the 4th. The score's 23-17. 1st down and 10.
Oh, come on! Why would you step out?
The catch.
I wasn't even allowed. He didn't. Or I wasn't even allowed to run with it.
React to short passes. They come up, make the tackle for a little gain.
2nd down and 7. Victor Cruz hauls it in.
Catch is made.
Nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator. A little screen pass to the halfback. He knew the defensive line was going to be charging hard. They were, and it picked up some nice yards.
This play set up by the long gainer. 1st and 10.
Of course! Oh my God! This is so stupid, man. The linebackers intercept any pass.
They are so talented. They can just do everything.
Oh my God, this is so retarded, dude.
But how about this interception? Good
I can't pass any horrible passes. One pass is bad. Intercepted. Doesn't matter if it's a linebacker who, it's going to be intercepted. If it's a nose tackle, it's going to be intercepted. One complaint I have with this game, they intercept the ball way too much. Come on! Stop the freaking race, Josh Drew!
Gains 9. No surprise, they immediately call the timeout. This is 3rd down.
Of course.
Back to the running back. They pounce on him there. This will come down to a chain link.
It's freaking irritating. Stupid interceptions. Of course, you've seen a couple of mine. My guys don't intercept the ball like their guys does.
New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground. There's a flag right there. Staying with the running game on 1st down.
Offside. Defense.
Of course.
That's what happens when you try to
Nice
catch the
job.
snap out. They'll take that gift from the defense and line up now with a new set of downs. He gets it again on this drive. He's going to be swallowed up behind the line.
Good job by the defense. They
Oh my god. This is so retarded. I hate these interceptions.
Offense.
Dude, let me look at my stats for a quarterback. I bet I'm like 17 for 20. 3 interceptions. Oh my god.
Takes a knee. The defense comes out in the nickel. Takes a knee. There it is. The game has come to an end. It was a good one throughout. Hotly contested right down to the wire.
Okay, he went 11 for 15. No interceptions. And he threw horrible passes sometimes. 10 for 18. With 3 interceptions. Oh my god. Most of the time in the freaking NFL, when they miss 8 passes, they don't get 3 interceptions. How many freaking deflections they got? Let me see how many deflections they got. They probably have like, yeah, only 2. And then the rest of them were interceptions. Look at this crap. All linebackers. Freaking stupid, man.